Imagine being convicted of stealing 27 billion US dollars, an amount so staggering that it equals 6% of an entire country's GDP. Now imagine facing a death sentence for it. That's exactly the situation for Truong My Lan, the Vietnamese property tycoon at the center of Vietnam's largest ever financial scandal. But the story doesn't stop there, because despite already losing her appeal against the death penalty, Lan is about to face yet another high-stakes legal battle. So, what exactly happened? How did a property developer manage to control billions of dollars through a single bank? And what's at stake for Vietnam's financial system if Lan's appeal fails? Stay with us because this story is far from over, and we want to hear your thoughts on it. Could this be the biggest financial crime in Southeast Asia's history? Let us know what you think in the comments. Truong My Lan, the 68-year-old chairwoman of real estate giant Van Thin Phat, was sentenced to death in April 2024 for masterminding a financial scam that left tens of thousands of ordinary Vietnamese citizens in financial ruin. The scale of her crimes is almost beyond belief. Lan was found guilty of embezzling 12.5 billion US dollars from Saigon Commercial Bank, SCB. But the total damages caused by her scheme amounted to 27 billion US dollars, an amount equivalent to around 6% of Vietnam's 2023 GDP. Despite the death sentence, the court allowed Lan a potential way out. If she returns 3/4 of the stolen funds, her death penalty could be reduced. However, Lan's troubles don't end there. She's now facing a second appeal starting this Tuesday, and this time it's about a different set of crimes. In October 2024, Lan was found guilty in a separate trial for laundering 17.7 billion US dollars, illegally moving 4.5 billion US dollars across borders, and committing bond fraud worth 1.2 billion US dollars. This resulted in a life sentence. Her upcoming appeal, which will run until April 21st, will see her defended by 8 lawyers. And she's not the only one fighting for a reduced sentence. 27 other individuals involved in the case are also appealing their convictions. Here's where things get even more shocking. Although Lan officially held just 5% of SCB's shares, the court determined that she effectively controlled over 90% of the bank. How? Through a complex web of family members, friends, and employees acting as proxies. This allowed her to manipulate the bank's operations and siphon off massive amounts of money. What makes this case so devastating is the impact on ordinary Vietnamese citizens. Thousands of SCB's depositors, many of them retirees and working-class citizens, lost their life savings. The scandal sparked rare public protests in Vietnam, a country where open dissent is usually swiftly suppressed by the government. So, what's next for Truong My Lan? If her appeal fails, she could spend the rest of her life in prison, or worse, face execution. But if she manages to recover the stolen assets and return them, her death sentence could be reduced. The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for Lan but for the Vietnamese banking system and the country's global reputation. What do you think about this case? Should Lan's death penalty be reduced if she returns the stolen money, or should the punishment stand regardless? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 2230 for more detailed news coverage like this. We'll keep you updated as this case unfolds, so stay tuned.